Another top story we're looking at tonight, at least 2 years before East Tennessee State University began the termination process for a tenured music professor, administrators were aware of some of his alleged inappropriate sexual comments.
Yeah, that is according to some university records. As we told you last night, ETSU is trying to fire Director of Jazz Studies, Dr. David Champouillon, following substantiated sexual harassment complaints by 2 faculty members. Allegations, we should say, he denies. In an update, Nate Morabito found out it took those 2 formal complaints for ETSU to push for Dr. Champouillon's termination.
He's now fighting that proposed termination. ETSU suspended Dr. Champouillon with pay in September, citing his past intimidating and threatening behavior, which documents show included counseling memos, police reports, disciplinary proceedings, and significant complaints by immediate supervisors, colleagues, students, and community members. This termination letter identified dozens of instances of inappropriate behavior dating back to at least 2009. The first informal complaint I found of inappropriate sexual comments came in May 2014.
He's a fine man who's an asset to the community.
Those are the words of Dr. David Champouillon's attorney, who told us disgruntled students
There are a few who resent him deeply.
And faculty aren't telling the truth about this longtime professor.
He has not done those things. He's not harassed anyone.
According to his termination letter, ETSU has disciplined the man multiple times over the last several years for intimidating and unprofessional behavior, workplace bullying and insubordinate behavior, treatment of colleagues, and treatment of students. Treatment that colleagues perceived as a threat. Fear of retaliation is something both faculty members who filed sexual harassment complaints late last year said they worried about. In fact, that's why both said they didn't file formal complaints sooner. Records show one of the women said she first raised concerns to the dean in May 2014 and to the department chair 7 months later. She even considered an anonymous formal complaint in November 2014, but opted against filing, afraid Dr. Champouillon would target her efforts for tenure and promotion. Records show she said she also talked with a top university administrator in June 2015, who told her the university was well aware of the professor's inappropriate behavior, assuring her ETSU had looked at every complaint along the way, adding it was too late. The time to address the issue was before he gained tenure, saying now their hands were tied. But that didn't stop the faculty member. She and a colleague filed formal paperwork in September.
Anytime a formal complaint is made of the sexual harassment or there's been a violation of the policy, we have a Title IX investigator who will review the matter.
An ETSU spokesperson said the university doesn't talk about specific personnel investigations, but told us in general terms, ETSU informally investigates situations when informal complaints are received, adding the university's work is limited in those instances. Joe Smith says formal complaints, complete with allegations and names of the people involved, are critical to the process.
That's important. You know, there's got to be a formal complaint. You've got to have a formal complaint filed in order for an investigator to move forward with a complaint, an investigation. They've got to have that.
Dr. Champouillon, who earned tenure in 2004, by the way, said in documents there is no possibility of retaliation from him. As we reported yesterday, ETSU is trying to fire him for what's called capricious disregard of accepted standards of professional conduct. It's one of only 7 reasons why the university can fire a tenured professor according to policy. Others include failure to maintain a certain level of professional excellence and ability and willful failure to perform duties and responsibilities. Now that's important as well, Josh, because the internal investigation found since 2009, Dr. Champouillon's also failed to fulfill all of his teaching duties.
All right, Nate Morabito, thank you very much. And also important to mention, Dr. Champouillon has not been charged with any crime. Sarah?